Okay, guys, I'm back. I just went ahead and did a video. Hopefully you guys go and take the time to watch it. I'm going to bring you a few videos today. Some in English, some in Spanish probably. So it's up to you how you want to hear it. And if you are bilingual, well, you can watch it both because I'm sure they're not going to come out the same. Maybe the Spanish one's going to be a little bit funnier than the English one. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just letting it flow how it comes out. But I'm going to put some color on this face because I look a little bit washed out and the yellow light in here is not helping. So I'm going to try to tell you what happened to me. What's been, well, one of the things. I'm going to start with one story and then I'll do the next one in another video. And I'll just take it like that and probably see me already with makeup in the other videos. So anyway, okay. I'm just going to remind you that I'm in a lot of pain right now. Everything hurts me. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to not think about it. I could take a Tylenol, but I'm trying to not take so much pain medication or anything like that. Not that I've been taking any medication. I haven't, but I'm just in a lot of pain today. Everything hurts. But anyway, okay, I'm going to put some makeup on and I'm going to tell you what happened to me yesterday. Okay, unos chismecitos, some little gossip here. It's not really gossip, it's just story time. So anyway, I went out yesterday because I went to go look at some apartments. But I had already been previously to these apartments a few days earlier. I had gone by with just my kids. And I'm not going to put any foundation on. I'm just going to put some color. That's it. Okay. I had gone with my kids and it was close to 5:00, but I still decided to take my chance and go. And so when I got there, by the way, these apartments are here in Edinburgh. They're right by, they're close to the Edinburgh Hospital. So around that area. It's not the Greenpoint ones, it's the other ones. But anyway, besides that, I went to these apartments. They were nice. They were recommended to me by another place that we had gone to go and look at apartments. They're like the sister apartments. And so went there, I'm putting some bronzer on. And a lady was there and I asked her for a tour of the apartment. And I asked her if she had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and she said she did, but that she couldn't give me a tour. At this point, I'm tired, dude. It's close to 5:00. I'm tired and I'm just like, oh, I just want to go home. But this is my last stop and I wanted to just see the apartment. I didn't want to be told no. And so I think she saw my face because I know how I am. I'm the kind of person that shows how they're feeling how they're feeling. It reflects on my face, my facial expression. Okay. And so I'm pretty sure she noticed that I wasn't really happy with the no. I was tired. It was hot. I just wanted to see the apartment, right? And so she told me she couldn't because she was alone. And, I guess she didn't want to close up the entire office and maybe she was busy, I don't know. But anyway, I said thank you and I left. But I did voice my frustration with my kids. I was like, well, that was rude. I felt like it was rude. Maybe she didn't mean to be rude because she didn't say it rudely, but I took it like if she was being rude because normally when you go and ask for an apartment and you ask for a tour, they usually say yes, unless everything's been rented. Well, I was just tired. I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just kind of and sometimes we can be that way, right? Because we're not having the best day or we're not having the best luck. And so anyway, I left, but she did encourage me to come back the next day, that she would give me a tour the next day, that if I came within a certain amount of time, within a certain time, that she could give me a tour. Well, I was kind of like, I want to come back tomorrow. Like, I want to be done already. Like, I don't want to have to come back. And I had already been previously to that apartment. We drove by, me and my husband, before. So this is like that was like the second time we had been there. And so the first time we drove around and we had seen the pool and we had walked around, just me and my husband, and we liked it and we wanted to check it out. I knew that I looked it up on the marketplace and I looked at it on Facebook, and I knew that the price was a little bit over our budget, but I wanted to see it on the inside, right? And so I decided to, I got a little upset, right? And I didn't think I was going to go back. But yesterday, I decided to go and check it out again. But this time, it was already, I don't know, it was like maybe, I want to say it was like 2 or 3. I don't even know, guys. It was somewhere, it was mid-afternoon and it was super hot outside. I could tell you that. I don't remember. I think it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was really hot yesterday. If you weren't outside, you wouldn't know. But if you were, then you know what I'm talking about. It was really, really hot yesterday. And yet, and hubby was not feeling the best, but I didn't want to leave him at home because he wasn't feeling well. And I really wanted to go see these apartments. So I took him with me. And, well, I didn't think they were going to make us go upstairs or whatever. So anyway, when I get there, I'm talking to this other lady, not the same lady that had told me she couldn't give me the tour, right? Because she was alone. That wasn't her. It was another girl. She was super nice, super attentive. You know, I asked her if she had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And she said that, well, that she did. And so she took out a pamphlet, started showing us, you know, all the different floor plans. And so we were going over it. Right off the bat, she starts telling me the names of the different floor plans. And so she had one that was named a certain name. And then she came to the second one. And the second one had our last name in it. So it said the Córdoba, right? Cordoba, exactly the way my last name is spelled. And so I was like, well, that's a coincidence. So anyway, she keeps going. And I told my husband, I look at my husband and I'm like, did you see that? It's the Cordoba. And he just smiles. And we kind of just smile at each other. So she asks me for my ID. And so I give it to her. And she looks at it and she reads my name out. She's like, oh, Regina. She goes, that's my sister's name. So that was like another coincidence. I'm like, oh, are you trying to tell me something? Right? And so she's super nice, super friendly. She's trying to tell me the prices and she's trying to tell me, I'm like, do you have any deals right now? And so she told me the second one, which was the Cordoba one, was at the same price that we pay here. But with it's a 2-bedroom instead of a 3-bedroom. So I have a 3-bedroom right now. So I'd be paying the same price for a 2-bedroom, which is not ideal. I have a 3-bedroom here. So, but either way, I still wanted to go and I still wanted to check it out. I told her I wanted to see that one. I wanted to see the 3-bedroom. And so anyway, so we're talking and she's giving us the pricing and everything. She's telling us what's available, what's not available. And I told her, I don't know, we were talking about something and I said, yeah, I came the other day and I couldn't get a tour because the girl said she was on her own. She's like, oh yeah, that happens. And so there was another lady in the office and I figured it was her. I wasn't trying to get her in trouble. I was just simply saying I was already here, right? Previously, but I just couldn't see it. So anyway, she was on the phone with something about maintenance or something. And then all of a sudden she comes out She comes directly to the desk and she's like, by any chance, did you go to Mission High School? And I said, yes. She's like, she looks at the other girl. She's like, I told you I knew who she was. And I was kind of like, but at first when she was telling me, she's like, I know you. No, she said, I think I know you from somewhere. And I was like, here we go, Facebook. That's what I was thinking, right? Because a lot of the times people on Facebook, they don't click a like or they don't like comment a lot on my videos. So I really, sometimes when people approach me, I don't know who you are, and I don't mean to be rude or ugly or anything. If you're going to approach me, please tell me who you are, because sometimes I don't know who you are because you watch these videos, but I don't really know because you don't click the like button or you don't comment on my stuff. I might have you on there or you might be following me, but I don't know who you are. And then you approach me and I feel dumb, but I will never make you feel dumb. I will hug you and I will tell you hi. But sometimes if I look a little shocked, it's because I don't know. I'm not, no soy adivina. I'm not one that just knows who you are, right? And so anyway, I thought it was Facebook. And then she goes, did you go to Mission High School? And I said, yes, I did. And she's like, I told you. She told the girl, she's like, I told you I knew who she was. I told you I knew who, I knew I had seen her. And so apparently they had been talking about me. And so she's like, did you used to go on bus 8? And I was like, yeah. and she's like, I used to go on the same bus with you. And she goes, you used to live on, and I'm like, yeah, I used to live on Inspiration. And she was like, yes. And so, but I had no clue who she was. And I felt so bad because she was kind of like, and then I asked her for her name and she told me her name and it didn't ring a bell. And so I was like, I'm sorry, right? Anyway, the mood changed in the room. It was, not that it was bad, it was good, but it just got a little bit lighter and we started laughing and joking because she said, just for that, just because I know you, I'm going to give you a discount. I'm like, oh, well, now we're talking. Así me gusta. And so anyway, we were laughing and joking and then we got a tour of the place, but it didn't go as well as I wanted it to because hubby wasn't feeling well. He had to go up the stairs and he had to come down the stairs and his blood pressure was dropping. He wasn't feeling the best. It was really hot. And the prices weren't where we wanted them to be, but it was really nice to see somebody be so happy to see you again, right? I wish I would have been able to give her the same thing, like the same excitement. And I tried my best to remember that I need to be kinder because we just really never know who we come across. And so while she was excited, I was reflecting on my behavior. But she didn't know I was tired. And I had been out all day in the heat with my kids, trying to find something for us to move to. And so we really don't know what other people are going through or why they are sometimes the way they are. And so we got to be careful with not assuming and at least try to be more kind. And so she just kind of reminded me of that. She reminded me that I need to be more aware of my actions. But I hope that she felt happy afterwards when we got to talk and everything. We were laughing and joking and stuff. So it definitely did change from the day prior. I ended up putting this perfume. Hold on. The one from yesterday that I showed you guys. And I was going to put this one that I used yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember when I did the video. Anyway, I think it was the day before. I'm going to wet my hair a little bit. So anyway, that happened to me. I didn't end up renting the apartment, but it made me feel really nice to know that I have a friend that works nearby. And I call her a friend. a lot of people wouldn't call them a friend, more like an acquaintance or whatever, but she reminded me of what a friend acts like. So I might not have remembered exactly, who she was at the moment. When I got home, I started like reflecting, and I was trying to like just scan my brain and trying to think, who is she? Who is she? Who is she? I was like scanning the whole bus in my mind. Like, who could she possibly be, right? But anyway, point is that she knew who I was. And I think the Lord is using these experiences to remind me that I need to be more aware and more careful with my actions and how I treat people, because we just never know who we come across. And so I'm glad that I gave her some happiness, because she seemed quite happy. And she's like, I knew that I knew you. And so we are Team Eagles. So I consider her my friend because she treated me like a friend. She didn't take however I was acting that day to heart. She ended up smiling and was so happy and was just kind. And I'm glad she didn't take offense to however it was that I was feeling, because it is really hot out there. And it's hard to look for things, and it's stressful to want to move and not be finding what you're looking for. And so God just kind of reminds us to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more kind, a little bit more nice towards others, even if we're going through things. But this is a really small world, and I'm starting to realize that more and more. And I feel bad because sometimes I do not know a lot of people, but they seem to know who I am. And so, and that is not to like make it seem like, oh, like, like I'm all that or whatever. No, it just goes to, I tell this to my mom all the time. I'm like, Mom, it's quite scary, because you really don't know, who could be walking behind you, who could be walking beside you, who could be walking in front of you. And your actions matter. Your actions matter when you're out in the world, because, they might know you. And it's like, here I am talking about God all the time on my Facebook page. And yet I had a bad moment or a bad day, and I didn't give my best on that day or that moment. And people will take that and they will be like, so it's a lot of responsibility to be on here or to be out in the world, because you want to be a reflection of what you preach about, what you say, that you believe in God and in His example and stuff, right? So we need to be better. And so I am glad that she gave me some grace, and that she reminded me that even though I didn't remember her, she remembered me. And whatever I did or I was in the bus, bus number 8, or in Mission High School, was something good. Because if not, who would want to approach somebody who wasn't good, or who wasn't nice, or who wasn't kind? I think I would avoid that person, or I would call them out on it, But no, she was really happy to know or see me again. And so I hope that I was able to redeem myself a little bit. Even if I didn't rent that apartment, I hope I was able to redeem myself. And I hope that I was able to correct whatever it is she saw the first time. Maybe she didn't think anything of it, but I did, because I know that I wasn't in the best moods, because I wasn't finding what I wanted. And I voiced my opinion to my kids, and I was like, I wasn't in the best place, because I wanted whatever I wanted right then and there. And unfortunately, we're living in a time where that's how we are walking on this earth, where we want things right here and now. And we're not as patient as we need to be. And we're not being as Christ-like as we need to be. And we're not being as kind as we need to be, and as nice. And just, we're not being as we should be, as how the Lord would want us to be. We are supposed to be more loving and more kind and more graceful towards others. And so he's teaching me. And so he brings me with these messages for you guys. So I hope that you guys gathered something from my little story. I'm going to try to say it in Spanish now. Hopefully, I don't know how it's going to come out in Spanish. We shall see. But I'm going to do probably like 3 videos in English, which are story times. And then I'll probably translate them to Spanish. I'm not going to really say translate. I'm just going to say it in Spanish. So, because I'm not going to be able to remember everything I said here. So hopefully they come out good in Spanish too. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you all taking the time to like the videos or comment and stuff. So that's what I have in my heart to do today, to share these experiences for some reason. Maybe God wants us to reflect on this a little bit more. And that's why I'm trying to share it. I'm just being obedient and trying to do what he asks of me. So hopefully you guys appreciate what I share and not use it against me because I'm not perfect. I've already told you guys I'm not perfect. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will come back with another video. So hopefully you guys enjoy the videos today, and hopefully Facebook uploads because something's going on with Facebook. Maybe it's just working against me. They're updating or they're doing something. I don't want to assume what they're doing. Anyway, okay, I'll come back with another story time. So go over there and watch.